factors that influence pricing in real estate in Nigeria. Have you ever seen a property and you're like, why in God's name is this property 50 million naira? Or you see a 3-bedroom apartment in a particular location and you're like, why is it 50 million naira? Why is it 100 million? Why is it 200 million? Why is it more expensive than another 3-bedroom in another location? Why? So since I'm going to show you 10 different factors that influence pricing in real estate in Nigeria and maybe anywhere in the world, I would not sugarcoat anything. Real factors that determine pricing in real estate right here in Nigeria. Some of these factors will make you say, okay, that's correct. So the factors will make you be like, what's that? What's that? While some will make you really, really laugh. But it's what it is, right? So 10 factors that influence pricing in real estate in Nigeria. Number one, I won't tell you location, right? Because people make location what it is, what it's worth. But I will say infrastructure and development in that location. Location is great, it's fantastic, but what is in that location is what makes it great, what makes it attractive, what makes it worthy of investing in. So what are the landmarks and the national economic zones in that location? Because if you take these national economic zones and the landmarks out of the location, it's just another bland neighborhood, right? So what is in that location? It can be airports, it can be universities, it can be industrial zones, it can be modern markets, it can be anything that brings in traffic. It can also be tourist attraction that makes the location not just relevant to the locals but also relevant foreigners. It can also be basic amenities that enables you to live your best life, like malls, like schools for your children, like health centers, you understand? So all of these factors, all of this infrastructure, maybe existing ones, it could also be future proposed developments with a defined timeline, okay? So what is in that location? What are the landmarks? What are the future projects that will be coming into that location? All of these factors will drive prices up, would influence pricing of properties within that location. Now, the second factor that drives prices up, that influence prices in real estate, is favorable government policies like rezoning. This is one factor that can drive prices up. So rezoning is simply when the government converts an agricultural land into a residential or a commercial zone. This will definitely increase the value of properties or lands within that area. So for instance, in Lagos State, when the government rezoned some parts of Egbe and Ibejuleki for urban development and industrial activity, land prices there increased drastically over like 5 years. So it was converted from agriculture to urban development to industrial zoning. Prices went up. So this is another factor to drive prices up. The third factor that influences prices in real estate is population growth and urban migration. Now, people would always go where value goes. Population growth and urban migration will definitely stress the demand for housing, transportation, and other infrastructure and utility services. So let's say, for example, 100,000 people move into a particular city annually and the housing supply does not increase to match the demand. There's going to be scarcity, and then price will become a function of who can afford the limited space. So the more demand we have, that does not equate the supply, to definitely drive prices up. As much as urban migration is great business for the rental market, it also has its own disadvantages as well, right? So this is why we must continue to advocate for even development across all the states. Now, the fourth factor that influences property prices in a country, in a state, is economic climate and inflation. If the economic environment is friendly, it will boost investors' confidence, it will boost buyers' capacity, and then construction costs will also be lower. So when the economy is booming, people have more disposable income, and then they are more willing to invest in real estate. On the other hand, inflation naturally increases the cost of building materials, labor, transportation, and even land registry. Inflation pressure would definitely translate into higher real estate prices. And in a recession, people do not conserve cash, right? So properties will sit in the market for a very long time, 5 or so. If the economy is friendly, great market. When there's inflation, not so good market, prices would also go up, right? Now, the fifth factor that influences property pricing is the developer's reputation, and then the project that they have delivered on, their track record of delivery. So if you see a particular building or a particular structure and we say, oh, it was developed by Cosgrove or Mr. or Brains and Hammers or Julius Berger, you know, all these big developers, prices will go up. Why? People trust brands, people trust names. Nobody wants to buy a house from a random developer that does not have a track record, and in 6 months your house will crack like plantain chips. Nobody wants that, right? So when you see developers that have invested in their branding, you trust them. Now, branding has its own kind of equity as well. So definitely big brands can inflate their prices because they have a good track record, people trust them, they have large market share. That's it. It's like your mom's food. Everybody's mom cooks really good food, right? If your mom is cooking, everybody wants a plate. But if it's your elder brother, brother Shegun, brother Son, the cooking, you'll be like, No, me, I'm not eating your food though. I don't want to purge, you understand? So that's the same thing with reputation, branding, reputation, trust, right? It can inflate prices. Also, the number six factor that influences property pricing is celebrity and elite presence in the neighborhood. This one is funny, but it is what it is. When celebrities, top CEOs, or high-ranking public figures choose to live in a particular neighborhood, they're not just bringing their status, they are bringing their price tag with them. Get used to it. People will now associate that area with influence, taste, class, safety. And in Nigeria, perception drives demand. So people want to live in a location where the elite lives because of proximity to power and influence. It's a form of social leverage. Banana Island, for example, did not really start off as a gold-plated location. You and I know it was a very swampy place. It's a landfill, right? But it became gold when people who actually have gold started moving there, right? The same applies to Maitama and Asokoro in Abuja, right? So their presence don't just raise the value of properties, it transforms the entire neighborhood. There's more security, there's more luxury lifestyle, there's more exclusivity, and people will always pay more for all of these things that elevates their lifestyle, right? Number 7, security level in the area. Security is non-negotiable. High crime areas will experience low property demand and value, while locations with more security, controlled access, police outposts, military presence, and low crime records would attract more people to buy and rent and live there. So property prices will definitely appreciate where safety is guaranteed. All right. Number 8 is market demand. High demand will spike value. When there's a surge in investor interest in a particular region, prices will definitely respond upwards. Demand can come from Nigerians in diaspora, cooperatives, foreign developers, the government. Anything at all can be driving demand in that location. It could also be institutions bringing in their projects into that location. It will definitely drive prices up. It's simple economics. When demand goes up, prices goes up. Really, when the area has long-term value, not just hype. If it has long-term value and utility, why not? To influence the price of properties in that location. Number 9, hype. Yes, hype. I told you some factors will make you roll your eyes. In today's social media world, perception can rival reality. When a property is being hyped by multiple influencers, celebrities, and even realtors, speculative buying will kick in. People can start buying based on, oh, my celebrity influencer hyped it, and some will even buy out of fear of missing out because their popular celebrity is hyping it. This is artificial demand, right? Now, and it will make property developers inflate their pricing. But sometimes it can actually be a bubble. So it's very important that as an investor, you should be able to differentiate between influence-driven momentum and evidence-backed investments. So do your due diligence, all right? Number 10, furnishings and finishings. People don't just buy space, they buy value, they buy taste, they buy lifestyle, they buy finesse. Now imagine 2 4-bedroom duplexes sitting side by side, right? Same land size, same layout, same structure. But in one of the 4-bedroom duplexes, the doors are solid mahogany doors with gold finishings, imported granite countertops in the kitchen, marble tiles, recessed lightings, sensor taps in the bathroom, Spanish floors, all that aesthetically pleasing stuff. And then in the other building is just regular POP, regular ceramic tiles, normal cabinets, and other local finishings. Now, the first duplex would naturally command at least 25 to 40% higher pricing than the other. Why? It's more appealing. It's more aesthetically pleasing, right? So the quality of furnishings and finishings would definitely drive prices up. And you know how people are these days. I had a particular client who did not want to buy a house because there was no light inside the POP. These days, people are more tilting towards more cute, Instagram-worthy picture homes, more than actual structure. Funny how it is, so developers will ride on those aesthetics and collect all your money. It's what it is, right? So yeah, these are 10 factors that influence property prices in Nigeria and maybe anywhere in the world. So when next you see a property and you can run it through the lens of these factors I have mentioned and determine what really is driving the prices. Or alternatively, you can engage a property valuer to determine the actual cost of the property. All right? So that's it. So before you go to social media and say, oh, it's too overpriced, it's too this, run it through these lenses, all right? So you know what you're investing in. All right, so let me know if you got value from this video. Let me know if you learned a thing or two. If you did, let me know in the comment section which of those factors make sense to you and which of them did not make sense to you. Let me know in the comment section, okay? Once again, my name is Messi Okeke, fondly called Madam Landlady, and what do? I provide you decent housing solutions and I help you grow your net worth through investing in real estate. So do well to share, subscribe, drop a comment, and come back again for my next video. See you.